Well, good morning. I'm Mike Hackett, Director for Okaloosa County Water and Sewer. I want to thank all of y'all for being here today to help us celebrate this kickoff. We're very excited about this special project and what it means for the county. It is a $41 million project, and I'm happy to report that $35 million of that is being funded by grant and appropriation sources. So that's wonderful news. Great way to start a project. One thing about that is by having that ability to expand built in the future expansions will be at a much lower cost per gallon. And that's good for development because it means capacity expansion charges will be lower for developers to be able to be on public sewer and be less reliant on septic systems. So it's a real boon in that regard. The plant will treat wastewater in the county sewer service area east of Shoal River, but it will have the ability in the future, if needed, to be able to reduce demand on existing systems to the west of Shoal River. So that's a plus as well.
Well, good morning. Thank you both. Glad you're here. It's a little warm. It's got a good breeze to it, though, so glad you're here. As Okaloosa County continues to grow, we have to be mindful of the impact that our population has on different infrastructures. Water and sewer, definitely the public sewer system, is an infrastructure that we must be mindful of. With this benefit coming, the board recognized the need in growth through the sound advice of the professionals in water and sewer, the hard work that Mark and Mike have put into this and the others on their team. But with this project, it allows really a creation of the environment to attract businesses to come.
First off, thanks for everybody that came out today. Quite frankly, there should be a lot more folks out here today for the number of folks that ultimately this project is going to positively benefit. I would put this project kind of in a broad context for Okaloosa County. And so we know as decision makers and leaders that as a community we're going to grow, and in fact we know it's necessary to grow. It's the old adage, you're either growing or you're dying, right? And so we know that that's coming, and we know that there's a lot of pressure associated with that, and we know that there's a good way to do it, or the right way, or a better way, and we know that there's the less good way to do it, the bad way to do it. And so as challenging as some of the rhetoric can be sometimes about those processes and the associated growing pains, for me this project is really much more emblematic about a county, a city, a community that is doing their dead level best to plan, to make difficult decisions, and to guide growth in a way that's most beneficial to our community, so that we can look back in 10, 20, 30 years and be in a place where we still want to live, where our kids may want to live, and then be able to look back at the decisions that guided that at the end of the day. And so at the end of the day, this, we could just talk about this as a sewer plant, right? It's just where our wastewater goes after we flush the toilet, but it's much more than that. It is significant vision, quite frankly, for the leaders in the county, for my fellow county commissioners. It's risk. We're spending a lot of money out here, a lot of public resource, and we don't have to do it. This project could simply just not be happening. And quite frankly, if you look at counties in many other places, they're not biting the bullet. They're not doing the difficult work of getting ahead of growth, of guiding that growth in the right directions through the use of positive and productive tools like the implementation of infrastructure.